Good evening, forecaster Mark Spencer from Ohio News and Weather with your evening weather forecast for Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. A quiet evening out there as we take a look at our live storm track radar across the Buckeye State. Temperatures are mild as well, low to mid 50s across much of northern Ohio, a few upper 50s out there still as well. Rural locations, you guys are in the lower 50s. You shouldn't drop too far, maybe upper 40s at best overnight, but otherwise I think we'll stay in the low 50s. Across central Ohio, we're mid to upper 50s, a few low 60s out there. As you get further south, mid and even some upper 60s out there as well, especially down across south central Ohio. Upper 60s around 70 or so, 71 at the Huntington Tri-State Airport there in West Virginia. Looking further west across portions of Indiana and Illinois, we have some showers that are gradually tracking. They're kind of going east-southeastward, if you will, and they'll just pretty much graze southwestern Ohio, generally south of Dayton, into Hamilton, Cincinnati, down towards Marysville, maybe even Portsmouth as well. Much of this will be overnight and generally be light rain showers that move through. They should be out of here by daybreak Thursday morning. If you're out and about real early, you might see a spot shower or two across portions of southeastern Ohio. A couple models out there were kind of hinting at that, but wasn't real sold on that solution, so I actually left it out of the tonight forecast just because the chances are really low. But you could run across it. They'd be very, very sporadic and very, very brief if they do develop. All right, let's take a look at our thunderstorm outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And here's what we're looking at right now. I'm going to go this way first. We have a slight risk across a good majority of Ohio. That's our yellow. We're in a marginal risk across far northeastern and then southeastern, south central, and portions of southwestern Ohio. Cincinnati, in case you're wondering, technically the downtown area is in a marginal risk, but just north you're in the slight risk. Just consider yourself in the slight risk for all intents and purposes there, but it's not going to really make a big difference one way or the other. I'll talk about why in a moment. Storm Prediction Center this afternoon did come out with an enhanced risk across portions of northwestern and west central Ohio. Here's what we're looking at threat-wise. We're looking at tornadoes are possible. This will generally be early on, and it will be with any storm that can become discrete or the supercells that may develop. That is where the best chance will be. Is that across the enhanced risk area? Yes, but it's also across much of the slight risk area as well. Same with the large hail across both areas. Better chances will be across that enhanced risk area and into Indiana for some of that large hail. Could be up to 2.5 inches in diameter. So some very large hail is possible out there. That will damage property, that will break the windshields on cars. It will cause, it will dent them as well, and it'll damage other things as well. So bring anything that you don't want damaged inside or cover it up in some manner to help prevent some of that. Damaging winds 60 to 70 miles an hour are also possible. And now let's talk about timing on this here as well. This is a late afternoon into the evening and early overnight threat here. Generally, it's going to be 4 o'clock across northern Ohio, and then we'll gradually go to the south. I put 2 a.m. just to kind of cover everything. I think much of the severe weather threat will be over by about midnight. But if we get a couple storms that want to hang on and can just tap into every last little bit of energy possible across southern Ohio, could persist for another hour or two after midnight, but I think by midnight a majority of the threat is over. As this moves south, it's generally wind and hail. As it continues south, things are going to weaken and it will gradually just transition to a damaging wind threat. Once we get south of I-70 here, it's mainly a wind threat for the most part, with some pockets of large hail with any of the storms that manage to stay strong. So let's take a look at our future radar here, and we'll kind of break this down. You're going to see some of these showers early. That may be a bit overdone. Here's our overnight showers across southwestern Ohio, maybe a few showers early, and then here's our storms. This is about 4 o'clock here. Models differ on timing by about 2 to 3 hours. Some things are as early as 3, some things are as late as 6. So this is going to have to be worked out overnight, and into tomorrow morning it will likely change. This is a line of pretty strong storms that initially were kind of discrete and starting to merge together. So this is pretty much large hail, some tornadoes possible, and damaging winds for sure. And then as you get further west, there's some other storms out here that will kind of work into Ohio through the evening as well. Let's put the rest of it into motion there. There they are through the overnight. Everything then dives south. The threat generally is over around midnight, could stay a little bit longer. So just kind of keep that in mind, for the evening and for your planning purposes, that, this is going to take a little bit to get out of here. It may take a little bit to get to you as well before it actually, really affects your area, being we cover such, a large state. So again, I'm thinking right now, probably be anywhere between 4 to as late as 6 o'clock into northern Ohio. Could it be a little earlier? Sure, stay tuned for the latest. As you get into inland portions of Ohio, I'm thinking anywhere from about 5 to say 8 by I-70, and then after 8 o'clock, generally south of I-70, but that will change quite a bit. It's kind of this odd thing where we have this other system coming in and merging with everything too. Models differ on this setup a little bit, so it is going to change quite a bit. This is not set in stone by any means. Okay, so you want to prepare yourself for the severe weather early. First thing you can do, well, charge your mobile devices. Get that smartphone charged or a tablet, whatever you use. Get it charged up Thursday morning, early Thursday afternoon, right after lunch, start charging it. That's the best advice I can give you. You also want to have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. Yes, download our app. Ohio News and Weather is free on Google Play and the Apple App Store. It will push any watches and warnings to you. You can look at the radar, forecast. Everything is great, but you also want to have other ways to receive warnings. That might be another app. It might be the TV, a radio, or a NOAA weather radio especially is also a very good thing to have for weather alerts. You also want to have your plan of action, your severe weather plan of action ready to go if you need to enact it. You need to take shelter or something like that. So definitely don't panic. Now's the time to get that stuff ready and just have it ready to go. And then if you need to do it, you are prepared. Excellent. Don't wait until the severe weather hits to start throwing everything together. And we'll go live if and when it's needed. I'm thinking it's more of a when than an if at this point. Some of this is kind of dependent upon where we're at as well. We do this for free, so this isn't something where we're always able to jump in and go when we'd like to. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Being at the time of day this might happen, it might take a little bit for us to get to come on live, but we're going to do our best. So definitely stay tuned. All of the warnings and watches and everything will auto post to our page, and actually have a new feature as well. They'll auto post with an image as well. So that is actually going to roll out tomorrow. It's going to be just in time for this severe weather. All right, so for tonight, mainly cloudy across much of Ohio. Again, a few showers across the southwestern portion. You see temperatures really don't drop too far from where they're at now. Anywhere from about 3 to 5 degrees. Some of these inland locations could get in the upper 40s, and that could even extend off into portions of northwestern Ohio. Otherwise, low to mid 50s across a vast majority of the state, maybe some upper 50s across portions of southwestern and south central Ohio. And then for your day on Thursday, our daily forecast brought to you by our partner Canopy Management. It's going to be a really nice day out there to start. A mix of sun and clouds. It's going to be breezy. We're going to have a southwest wind that's going to pick up. That's going to usher in all this warmer air, and that could gust to 30 miles an hour at times. And then we're going to have the severe weather threat, again, late afternoon into the evening. I have severe threat generally along and north of I-70 right now. I think that's a good transition as we get into the overnight hours. Down here, I do have the storm threat in there. That's mainly for late evening at this point. But temperatures really nice, low to mid 70s across much of the state. Upper 70s. Wouldn't be surprised to see an 80 out there in a few spots across southern Ohio as well. Again, stay with Ohio News and Weather for the very latest on the upcoming severe weather threat. We will go live if and when we need to, and keep you up to date on all of the latest severe weather alerts as well on our Facebook page, on YouTube, and through our app.